Hey guys, so today I'm in Maine, not Portland, it's Falmouth, like 15 minutes from Portland basically. And I actually have a customer up here, Richard. And Richard has an amazing car. I built this car, what, 2 years ago? A year and a half ago?
Yeah.
About a year and a half ago. And Richard has a health issue, we'll say that, and called me and asked to if I'd buy the vehicle back. And I said, sure. So I'm up here, and that's a cool license plate.
That's one of my favorite authors. That's a guy named John Irving wrote a book where Be of Use was a big theme in the book.
So here she is. This is an 85 300 SD.
Yeah.
And Richard, you've only put 3,000 miles on it?
About 3,000 very joyful miles.
Can you tell these guys a little bit about the car? What was your experience?
When I got it from you, it was pretty near perfect. And there's a old time independent shop here in town. The guy, in fact, just retired, and I took it to him when I first got it, and I challenged him to go through it and find anything wrong with it.
Did he?
Well, he found a couple of brake hoses that were cracked that we replaced.
Damn it, I missed a brake hose.
And there's a bunch of little stuff that I've done to it. I replaced the headlights.
Some new headlights in there.
I had it in a paint shop and spent $1,000.
Oh, you said you had it buffed, professionally cut and buffed,
and $1,000.
Yeah, because I remember.
8 hours.
I remember when you got it, there was a cloudy spot back here.
Yeah, it was. This side was.
It had cloudy from the original paint, and that's not there anymore.
No.
Yeah, let's take these guys around the car.
Yeah.
I forgot how good looking
I
it is.
can back it outside.
Okay, here, let's show these guys the inside of it right there. So this is the I guess navy blue. I don't know the correct Mercedes color.
I forget the.
But guys, look at the interior. It's this was a
there's not a crease in the. I mean, it's just nobody can believe it when they see it. It's like it's new.
It's definitely a beautiful car. Let me
I think the best color combination.
I think it's the best color combo too, because I remember when I bought this, Richard, I was going to keep this for myself.
You put a couple thousand miles on it, and I didn't realize that until I looked at the title I got from you, and then.
Yeah, I was driving it. It was my daily driver, yeah. And then Pierre called from Florida, and introduced us, and you said you wanted the car. I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, what I told Pierre is I wanted a car. I didn't want to spend a year sorting it out. I wanted a car I could enjoy.
That's one
last summer, and
that's what we. I love that color. Looks so good. Anyway, guys, we're going to make our way back to Atlanta. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you in Atlanta.
I think I'm a drug dealer.
So I'm looking through the Richard gave me. These are all the documents I actually gave Richard, and now Richard has some more documents in here, and I forgot this. This car actually came with the original window sticker. There it is. And originally this was, it's very faint now, but $40,380 in 1985. And you really can't see it on the camera, but this has all the options printed out on here. And yeah, here's all the receipts. So it's my receipts of what I did to the car, along with Richard's receipts. And it's all here. Oh, there's some Mercedes store stuff. I remember I ordered some glow plugs from those guys. Yeah, tons of stuff in here. Oh yeah, there's my order for all the seals, gaskets. There's a Bosch voltage regulator for the alternator. Just tons of stuff in here. There's my Pelican parts. Oh, that was suspension parts. Anyway, tons of receipts. So fully documented with the original window sticker. Doesn't get much better than that, guys. Anyway, I need to pay Richard and get out of here. Talk to you guys soon. I think I'm on 95 South in this awesome 85 300 SD, and I'm doing the miles per gallon test. This is a super healthy engine, extremely nice car. So it should be a perfect example to see what the 300 SD gets in the miles per gallon. So we are at just under half a tank, like just a smidge under half a tank, and we've gone 316 miles. I think at the half tank mark, it was around 275 miles, something like that. So we're going to pull over up here at the gas station and fill it up, and divide our miles by the number of gallons and see how much we get. I'm gonna guess around 25, 26. Now keep in mind, this test, some of the tests I've done was like on the flat, a highway of West Texas, where I could literally leave the cruise control exactly at 3,000 RPMs for hours. Here I'm traveling down the East Coast, and I went through New York last night, and stop and go traffic, hard acceleration, off the accelerator, so it's very erratic interstate driving, including traffic through the city. So I would consider this miles per gallon test half city, half highway, so more like a real world test. And I was talking to a guy today about the price of diesel, and even though diesel is $5-6 a gallon, higher in some parts of the country, it's still more cost effective to drive one of these early 80s diesel Mercedes, because you need to think of it this way. For example, I've been driving my car, my personal car, for 12 years, and I'm gonna drive it for another 15 years. I'll just keep refurbishing it and driving it. So that's basically, I'll be driving that car for 30 years. So if you think the average person that's buying a modern car over a 30-year period, say they get a car every 5 to 7 years, they're gonna 5, maybe 7 vehicles. So if you calculate the cost of those are depreciating assets, and you calculate how much you're paying to buy a depreciating asset to sell every 5 to 7 years and lose money, well then a diesel Mercedes that you buy once and drive for 20 years or 30 years and it's an appreciating asset, or you're not going to lose money on the vehicle over a 20-year period, then it's like outrageously, like way less expensive, like by magnitudes, to actually drive one of these cars. And so the price of diesel could be $10 a gallon, and if you drive one of these vehicles for 20-30 years and just keep refurbishing it, you are way cheaper than buying a modern car every 5 to 7 years. So it's way more cost effective. It doesn't matter. The cost of diesel could go to $10 per gallon, and it's still way cheaper to drive one of these cars over the long run. Now, I also want to speak to the environmentalists. Environmentalists like, oh, that's a dirty diesel vehicle. Well, number one, diesel vehicles do not emit CO2. So there's no greenhouse gas, no CO2 that comes out of the tailpipe. But that's not they still release carbon monoxide, which is bad. However, if you're talking about environmentally friendly, you got to think the car I'm in right now was manufactured, and they used raw materials to manufacture this car one time in 1985. Here we are in 2022. I am still driving this vehicle. So, in other words, this car is going to be on the road for 50 years, maybe even more. And it was manufactured one time from one supply of raw materials. And you got to think, over a 50-year period, gosh, how many cars would somebody own? 10 or 15 cars that were manufactured and emitted manufacturing CO2 emissions, plus all the raw materials. These diesel Mercedes, if you drive it for a long time, 20 years, 25 years, is the ultimate environmentally friendly vehicle. So it's the cheapest on gas over the long haul. Fuel. And it's the most environmentally friendly vehicle. Think about that, guys. Think about everything I just talked about. It is the ultimate, if you want to be efficient and good for the environment and have low fuel costs. Well, you buy one of these vehicles one time and you drive it for 25 years, which is easy to do. That is the ultimate green, environmentally friendly, fuel efficient vehicle. You can't beat that. Anyway, I'm gonna pull over here to the pump and we're gonna do some video. I'll fill up and I'll show you what the miles per gallon are today. See you in a minute. All right, we put in 11.7 gallons. Guys, I just did that math on the phone. That's 28.6 miles per gallon. And that is a combination of highway and interstate driving. That's awesome because that's, through New York, I was hard accelerating, then off the accelerator, hard braking, heavy traffic. I was going through the Northeast United States. And then other half the time I was on the interstate with the cruise control set. So I bet you, 28.6 miles per gallon, I bet you on flat ground with the cruise control set constant at 3,000 RPMs, we could easily pick up 1.5 miles per gallon and get 30 miles per gallon. So there we go. That's what you can expect in a healthy 1985 Mercedes 300 SD.